friends, welcome back to your UPSC. Today we will start with a new concept, that is regional planning. So let's get started. So, regional planning. First we will understand what is a region. Region is an area or a land that has common features. Okay, so like this is a land and this is a land. Okay, both are agricultural land having same area, okay, and same amount of fertility, okay, having same amount of resources and water, etc. So these are the region, okay. Or we can broadly define region as an area that is broadly divided by physical characteristics in physical geography, human impact characteristics in human geography, and interaction of humanity and the environment in environmental geography. Okay, so when we have some sort of similarities in physical characteristics or human characteristic, that is like human employment, economic activities in which they are indulged, okay, other things, and human interaction of human and environment, okay, when they are in common, then the area having these type of common features are known as regions. Okay, like we have temperate region, tropical region. Okay, so in this temperate and tropical region, here we will see that in these regions we will have similar type of temperature. Okay, and that is mainly from summers are from 10 to 28 degrees Celsius, okay, and winters are from below freezing point to 10 degrees Celsius, or 0 to 10 degrees Celsius and below freezing point. Okay, so these are the temperate regions. Okay, so the areas having some such type of temperature will be termed as temperate region. Okay, so they are having some sort of common characteristics, that is why they are known as temperate region. Okay, they are having same sort of characteristics of temperate region, that is why all the regions are known as temperate region. Now others, warmer region will be known as tropical region, others having colder climatic conditions will be known as frigid region or torrid region. Okay, now there are various types of region. So first classification is, or first types of region are formal region, functional region, and perceptual region or vernacular region. Formal regions are like, these are the two areas, okay, area A and area B. Okay, so now I have collected the data, okay, all the physical parameters, all the climatic characteristics, economic characteristic, etc. I have collected the data on these things and surveyed this area and collected the data from here. So these regions are having similarities. Okay, so both these area will be considered as a region. Okay, next is our functional region. Okay, so these formal regions, they have similarities in the function and in the characteristics. Next is our functional region. Functional region is the one or the area which is organized. It is an area organized around the central hub or a focal point. Okay, so here what happens, the surrounding place, that depend on the central hub by political, social, and economic ties like trade route, communication route, internet connectivity, or transportation. Okay, so functional region must have one thing in common. Okay, so either they should be connected via trade route, okay, or they should be connected via communication or internet or anything. Okay, so they should have one common thing. Okay, the entire area must have one common in these things. Okay, this is our functional region. Next is perpetual or vernacular region. This classification of region or this type of region, it differs with the point of view of the different individual. Like see, I have these three regions. Okay, okay. So an individual A, okay, he will consider all these three area as a region because they are having same amount of resources. Okay, while another individual B, he will say that these two are having same shape. Okay, while this one is having a different shape, that is why these two are similar regions. These two are region while this one is a different area. While C will say that these two are, though their shape is similar, but these two are having different colors. We can say these two are having different physical properties. That is why these two are different areas. Okay, so this is a different region, this is a different region, while this one is a different region. So this perceptual or we can say vernacular region, it differs with the difference in point of view of different people. Now classification of region. Classification of the region can be done on various ways. First is on the basis of multi-level planning. Okay, on the basis of multi-level planning, we can classify a region as a micro region, meso region, or macro region. Micro region is a smallest unit of planning. Okay, like we have in India, we have gram panchayat. Okay, so gram panchayat is involved in planning of this village area. That is why it is known as micro area, or we can say a village is a micro area. So planning done in this village will be micro planning. Now then there is a district. Okay, now in collecting or agglomeration of many districts will make a state. Okay, so planning at the state level may be considered as a meso level planning. Okay, then next we have agglomeration of all the state will make a nation, and the planning of whole or of a whole region is a macro level planning. So macro level planning is a planning of whole region. Then meso level planning is a planning of its sets or sections, and meso level planning is a planning of its subsets. Okay, sorry, micro level planning is the planning of its subsets. Okay, so this is classification of regions on the basis of multi-level of planning. Next we have classification by using simple indicators. Okay, first is geographical indicators. We can classify a region on the basis of its physical properties, like physiographic regions of India. We have Himalayan region, Great Northern Plain. Okay, desert region, we have coastal region, we have ghats. Okay, then we have climatic region. Okay, in climatic region we have cold regions, we have hot and humid region, we have dry region, arid region. So like this we have different region on the basis of their geographical properties. Then on the economic basis, we can classify regions as agricultural region, where dominant economic activity is agriculture, while others as industrial regions, where dominant economic activities, industrial sector, okay, or we can where the area where service sector is dominant or tertiary sector is dominant, they can be known as service region or tertiary region, okay. Now on the level of development of a region, we can classify region as a developed region, developing region, or a backward region, etc. Now we will look into regional imbalances. Regional imbalances are basically disparity in economic and social development of two regions. Okay, like we have two regions, A and B. Okay, this region is more developed while this one is less developed. Okay, so it is unbalanced spatial structure of some regions or in different regions. Okay, so this is our regional imbalance. Okay, so regional imbalance may occur due to, first is technological difference, second is resource difference in resources, okay, then there must maybe some political factors and other factors. That is why this area is not habited, or it is here we don't have so much of population as compared to this area. Okay, so there may be many reasons for the regional imbalances. That is why we can see various areas, like we have metropolitan cities in India, while others they are just normal cities. Why? Because the metropolitan cities, they are having industrial setup, they are having resources, okay, so that is why they are more developed as compared to the other cities in India. Now we have strategy of regional planning. Now strategy of regional planning, it will include all the planning and its implementation for overall development of a region. Okay, so for a regional planning we have to have overall development of a region. Okay, that is technological development, social development, cultural development, okay, educational development, industrial development. So there should be development in each and every sector and each and every section of the region. Okay, so strategies that are made in regional planning, they should be both long and short term strategies. Okay, so short term strategies are used for various purposes, like we have short term goals, like for example, first is we have to build pakka houses for the people, okay, then within 2 years. Okay, so this is our short term goal. Long term goal is each and every person in the society will be well qualified, well educated, okay, and they should be skilled. Okay, so this is our long term goal. So there should be both long term as well as short term strategies in the regional planning. Now what is the functioning of a regional planning, how we actually proceed with regional planning? First we have to identify a region. Okay, now when the region is identified, we have to make a list of all the resources that are available in this region. Okay, now after the resources available in this region are listed, then we have to identify what all are the problems in this region. Okay, now after identifying the problems, we have to formulate plans and strategies keeping in mind the resources as well as problem of the region. Okay, like for example, let's say this is an area where we have various cattles. Okay, cattles. Now this area is resided by vegetarian people who do not consider milk and milk products as a pure thing, or they don't consume milk and milk products. Okay, so cattle resources are not of any use for these people. Okay, so we have to first understand what are the resources that are available and what are the problems and all the cultural setup of this society which is residing in this region. Next, we have to formulate plans and strategies. Then we have to assess the impact on the environment. Okay, like for example, government is building a dam in a certain region. Okay, now this region is having river flow. Okay, but the problem with this region is it is highly concentrated region. Okay, here we have huge number of population that is residing here. Okay, so now, and also along with the population we have a well developed forest area. Okay, dense forest area in this region. So environmental impact should be assessed before continuing with the regional planning. Okay, because we have to weigh both this environmental impact and the after or the post profits. Okay, the profits that we will gain, or the results, or whatever result or benefits we will get after the dam will be constructed. Okay, so if environmental impacts are more as compared to the profit, then the plan should be stopped then and there. If the profits are more as compared to environmental impact, then we should continue with the plan. Next is impact on society. Okay, like for example, if this area is very healthy, if a region is very suitable for opening up of a factory. Okay, factory, clothing factory, but the people or the society here, okay, they are against it. Okay, because this factory is a meat factory, or we can say leather factory. Okay, but the society here is not comfortable working in this factory or industry, and they are actually against any harm done to the animals. Okay, they are in animal loving society. Okay, so this factory will greatly impact or will negatively impact the society. Okay, it will be against them. Okay, so that is why we have to first assess the impact on the society as well. Next is midterm assessment. Now, after the planning has taken place, after the half work is done, we have to assess and review the whole planning, that the working is good, the people, they are not much affected by this new thing. Okay, or if they are affected, they are positively affected. Okay, environmental impact we have to take in mind. So all these things we have to keep in mind. Then we have to review all these things, that whether the planning is going on or carrying on perfectly, or and the results are according to the predetermined results. Okay, the results, the outcoming results are according to the predetermined results or experimental results. Now, if they are not in pace or they are not according to the predetermined result, we have to change the direction. Okay, so we have to change in the direction if the results are not accordingly. Okay, then after that, after the planning is successful or the results they are coming according to the predetermined results, then we have to take the feedback from the people living there. Okay, environmentalists and all. At last, we have to analyze the impact on the environment as well as society. So this is the whole process of the functioning of the regional planning. Now, after this, we will look into, after regional planning, we will look into environmental issues in regional planning and their sustainable development. So regional planning should be done by keeping in mind the balance and sustainable development and the environmental impact. Okay, so we have to consider the environment and the people and the society that will be affected by this development or this planning. So four factors should be considered before planning or for planning. First is geographical factor, whether the area that or the region is suitable for planning to execute. Okay, whether the execution will be perfect in this region. Okay, so the geographical factors, that is land, water availability, okay, forest, etc., they should be considered. Okay, so that there should not be a great impact on land, the fertility of land should not be lost, water availability or water should not be like misused, and water should not be polluted. Everything has to be kept in mind. Next is our economic factors. Okay, we have to keep in mind, if we are working in a region, so the people residing in the region, they have full right to get employment from the development which is taking place in their region by using their resources. Okay, so economic factors, first is whether this is feasible or not, whether the people here, they are getting indulged in this industry or not, or whatever we are setting up in region. Okay, so these things have to be kept in mind. Next is cultural factor. Cultural factor is the people here, there's how they are being impacted, whether their culture is hindered or whether their norms are being hindered, that we have to keep in mind. Lastly, population or human factor. Okay, see, like a region, it is having, let's take an example, a region having a best suited land for cultivation of grapes. Okay, so in a regional planning, we cultivated grapes, and from these grapes we actually established a wine factory. Okay, so because of this wine factory, the tribes or the people living here, they became drunkards. Okay, they started consuming this wine. Okay, now this industry, it is getting a local market in this region only. Okay, so we don't have to just focus on our profit maximization, we will also have to consider the population. Okay, the population factor as well. Okay, that the population which is residing in this region should not be adversely affected by this planning. Okay, so this we have to keep in mind. So these are the four factors that we have to keep in mind for planning. Now for sustainable development of region, first we have to collect all the information of the region. Okay, so all the information related to planning or related to this region should be collected. The area should be surveyed, and the topo sheets that are made, topo sheets are actually, they are maps for very small region, like a village. Okay, a map for a village which will locate which lane is going, where is this colony, where is this temple or religious place. So everything is located in this topo sheet. Okay, so a surveyed region, the region should be surveyed. Now study of resources and planning should be done. The planning should be done according to, or it should be done by reviewing or by considering and keeping in mind the environmental impact of this particular plan if it is being implemented. Okay, now we will look into various environmental issues that are related to regional planning. First, in agricultural sector, we will see that government has subsidized fertilizer or provided fertilizer to the farmers at a very low cost. Now because of this, what happened, farmers, they began to overuse fertilizers and pesticides. Now because of this, the land pH level of the farmland, it rised and the land ultimately it became barren. Next is irrigation. Now, because of various canal facility and others, government actually tried to bring irrigational facility in each and every village which is not having sufficient amount of water. Okay. Now, after having water availability, the farmers there, they were overusing this water. Okay. So this lead to two problems. First is waterlogging in the farmland, which made the farmland like unsuitable for cultivation, while another thing is, because of overuse of irrigated water, the water in the canal, it decreased, water level decreased. Now, due to various subsidies and different things, the people, they start like, we have subsidies in HYV seeds, we have subsidies in fertilizers. Okay, so farmers, they start overusing the things, and overuse of anything is always harmful. Okay, so in agriculture, what government should do, government should provide, it may provide the people or the farmers with low cost resources, but along with these resources, it should also provide them with information, techniques, okay, and education, so that they can use these resources according to their needs, and judiciously they can use these resources so that they can use the land for more period of time and in the best way possible. Now, industries, we have seen constructions. First is construction of industries are done in various regions, okay, like near the cities. Now, if the construction of the industries, if they are done near the cities, then the pollutants from the industries, they will directly impact the nearby areas, residential areas, okay, bringing harm to the people. So that is why this is wrong. Next is residues. Okay, so the solid waste that are discharged from the industries, they are discharged untreated. So some of the planning, government planning, and some of the government laws, they are required so that the sewage water should be treated before discharging them into water. Okay, next is communication and trade. See, sometimes trading of some exotic species are done. Okay, like we have trading of tigers and all. Okay, so they are our exotic species which are included in our IUCN list of endangered species. Okay, so sometimes during trade, these exotic species of our country, of our nation, they are transferred to other areas. So this affects the environment in a negative way. Okay, now because of trade, there are various mafias that are developed, like we have land mafia. They actually illegally trade soil. Okay, so likewise we have various mafias that illegally trade animals, etc. So a planning is required to stop trading of these things. Okay, now specific plannings are required, like urban planning. Okay, so like in Delhi now, what is happening, because Delhi is all concrete and there is very less land available for, or there is very less kacha land available. Okay, so that is why the groundwater table is decreasing quite rapidly. Okay, so planning should be done in such a way that environmental impacts should also be kept in mind. Okay, so urban planning should be done in such a way, okay, that all the population, they should be having hygienic condition for residences. Okay, there should be less negative impact on environment. Now next is our river valley projects. Now there are various river valley projects that are being done or constructed. Okay, now some of the river valley projects, they are constructed without keeping in mind the environmental impact, the natural disasters, the impact on the societies that are living nearby this area. Okay, so because of this, we have to keep in mind the societies that are living in area. How we have to first settle all these people in a safe and secure place so that they are not adversely affected, and we have to provide them with the suitable economic sources. Okay, and next is environmental impact should also be kept in mind. Then natural disasters, like the area should not be earthquake prone, the soil should not be loose, because if this happens, the earthquake, or we can say landslide, may demolish whole of the project. Okay, so these were various environmental issues that were related to regional planning, and with this we complete our regional planning as well. So that was all for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's lecture. Let's meet in our next class, and then take care and have a nice day.